So I had to become a student of this, and I had to learn this from my own family. I had to learn, what is autism? I thought I knew what this was. I realized I didn't know the first thing about what this was. And I had to learn quickly, on the fly, and get good at this stuff. During that process, it started to become very clear to me that there was a gap between our first responder community and what you know about autism, and the reality on the ground of what it is and what our families need you to know. And it became very, very clear to me that I had an interesting niche, that I straddled two communities. I had one foot in the law enforcement and special needs community, and I had one foot in the special needs in the special needs community. And I love them both, and they both mean everything to me. But I realize those communities don't communicate very well. And there's a lot of misunderstanding and a lot of misconceptions and a lot of just poor communication from both sides. So I need you to understand this about me right off the bat. This is half of what I do. Talking to people like you, professionals, people I consider brothers and sisters. This is what I do, and tell you about my son and people like him. The other half of what I do is talking to families like mine, who don't have the same experience that I have, and are, quite frankly, scared to death of us. And I explain to them that our job is hard. And society demands that we have to be experts in a lot of different areas, and we have to make these split-second decisions, and those decisions are analyzed and torn apart by people for years and years and years later with the benefit of a pause button. And all these calls, and when they go bad, for some reason the negative things go viral, and the positive things we do, nobody ever hears about, right? We know that. And I give context to those types of things, and I try to explain how hard this is, and it's challenging. It's challenging because I got to be honest with you, we're losing the argument. And families like mine across the world, and I have a pretty decent following on social media and through my communication about these topics, they're scared of us. And a lot of it's a perception issue. I don't think there are groups of first responders walking around hurting kids. I don't think that's true. I think it's a perception issue. And I think what happens is one bad thing happens and it goes viral. It gets spread on Facebook, and you know how that works. So I spent a lot of time pushing back. And I need you to trust that. Because if you don't, and this becomes just a bashing session where I'm telling you that we're hurting kids, then I lose you. But I need you to know that I'm fighting, and I'm your biggest advocate as well, okay? Just trust that about this moving forward, okay?